Hi, my name is Philip Adelabu, and I'm here to quickly explain how we can use authentication at the back of the GS, and how can we use Swagger to actually document the API endpoint and to see how we can demonstrate the authentication of the user and its accessibility in the platform. Now, here is the current Swagger we have. Let's first and foremost come back down here to the landing page to see exactly if we are logged in or not. Now we are currently logged out. You are logged out. To be sure we are logged out, let's first and foremost try and see if a particular activity can be done or can be denied. Now I have here with me the users. Let me get all the users currently in the system. Currently I have only one particular user, that is Shade at example.com. Let me copy the ID and try to see if I can update or delete this particular user without being logged in first. Now if I come to put here user, that's to update the user, try hard, put the ID here, okay, like this. Now I want to just copy this particular information here to see if I can just update the user ID with this. Now I want to remove the password. I also want to remove the email. So what I want to do now is just like change this one to James. Alright, James. If I click execute, I should have limited access because I'm not yet logged in. Now here I have, hello user, you are logged out. You have limited access. Please log in to have full access. Now to log in with this particular user, I have to come down here to log in here. So I can put Shade here. I think Shade is the password. I mean the Shade is the email. Shades at example.com, then 12345 is the password. 12345. So if I click on execute, I should be here and say, okay, you are now logged in. So if I'm logged in, I'll come back here and try to do what I was trying to do here to change Shade to James. Let's say James Brown, to be sure enough that we have changed it. James Brown. Now execute. And sure enough, we have changed it to James Brown. So Shade at the example has been changed to James Brown. So it implies that we currently have, we can also come here and create some products because we are not currently logged in, because we have to limit access to certain things. Now let's create a product. Yeah, creating a product down here. Let me come here and pick this instead of tapping the whole thing. So this here, try hard. So I'm about to change on to Sony, okay. Okay, this is okay, yeah, just Sony. So if I come here and say execute, yeah, sure enough, I have this Sony created. If I come back to my database and here, okay, if I come to products, I should see Sony. Yes, this is it. Sony is here created. Now you have Sony X, and then this is the time of the creation. So I have some few features: product name, description, price, and other things too. Now if I should come to user here, I should see that I have only one user, James Brown. Let me now try and create one more user again before I move to the source code and explain how the source code works. To create a user, I have to come up here. There's a registration here. So try hard. So I have to come to this place to quickly copy this sort of wasting much time typing. Okay, then copy here. Oh no, this thing copy. So I can change this one to Tolu, then Tolu Bola. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If I have that, if I click on execute, and sure enough, you are not logged in because I created a new user. So that new user that's created now has access to be logged in. So okay, this is it here. Now let's go to source code and see how source code is being designed to handle this authentication. I should have tried to see if my GitHub shall work, but let's quickly go back to source code. So this is a GitHub client ID and GitHub client secret, just in case you wanted to just try and use the GitHub. Now, okay, my route is here under the products. I ensure that I have this particular middleware created, ensure authenticated, and is under middleware folder here. If I come to my middleware folder here, I will check to see it down here exactly here. So if request is authenticated, then move on to the next stage in the pipeline. If it's not, then you return hello user, you are logged out, you have limited access, please log in to have full access. So that is how in my route here, in the product route, I have it here where I need to have it limited. For instance here, under the post to create a new product, I have to be ensured that it is actually user is actually authenticated. Also under the puts, I have to ensure that user is authenticated before that action can be taken place. And also the delete. I also have it in the user route to see to ensure that the user is logged in before authenticated, before it's logged in before doing anything deletion. So here I have it authenticated here too, and also have it here exactly here in the puts for the update. So as for the passports for the GitHub, if I go to my config here, okay, this is my config. So here I handle the GitHub authentication. So here is source code for the GitHub authentication. I have to first put the credential of the GitHub and also the callback where the user will be directed after he has successfully logged into the GitHub account over there and to our family. Here I find a user. If the user is already in the system or database rather, I can make it also link it to a particular account by using the ID return from the GitHub app. If it's not already in the database, I have to create a new user database using the ID return from the GitHub and also username display in the GitHub and also the email sent from the GitHub, because here I have to make sure that I remove the value of the email and put it here in the email constants here. That is how the GitHub goes. Now for the local authentication, where I do not have to go to the GitHub to authenticate myself or the user, I have to come down here and create this particular passport strategy. So we'll find the user if he's in the system. If he's not in the system, we have to say that the email is not there. So we have to recreate a server. If the email and everything is well set, so we cannot come here and encrypt the password to make sure the password is not actually stored. Let's come back again to see in database and here. If I come to user here, you see that here the password is actually encrypted. That is where that bcrypt comes in. And as for to ensure that the code work without any crashing. Let's come to our controller here to see how we undo the try and cache. Let's even take the controller of user controller. Though we ensure that the field to be sent from the request body is well validated. If it's not validated, then we have to throw an error here and return the user to an error page. Here too, we need to ensure that the user is well created. If there's an error creating user in database, then this particular message is sent back to the user with an error message, and also indicating if it's 500 or 404 or 40, anything here, to ensure user is aware of what is really going on. If everything goes fine, then we have what is called user created successfully and a 201 using this particular send success message. And this particular thing is actually included in the write and cache design pattern of cache and error. So we have the try here and we have the cache down here. The cache will cache any error thrown from within this particular body. Our user service is actually here to handle the creation of the user. So if anything happen here that is not well done too, here also we have the try and cache error. So if an error occurs, we throw the error from here, and that error can be actually caught within the user controller above down here. So I think this is it all about our swag and how authenticator is actually being applied. Thank you.